smoke is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
I got to find the right time when I'm supposed to listen to this. I think
like
that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel when I was listening in the car, I was like, this might be better like at nighttime with some girls around.
That might work.
2005.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a shame that as music consumers we have to do that now. I mean, we do have to do it.
You got to, because...
But we got to figure out where some music is meant to be played.
For sure.
Fam, you put the wrong music on in the wrong setting and it could fuck around and make you hate it.
Metro, I'm taking you off of my instant purchase list. I saw you up there. I didn't know you was dropping. I bought it because you've been on a run. And I clicked this shit. I skipped your intro because I always skip an intro. I got right to two.
It's something different though.
He went for a thing, and I think that he executed the thing perfectly. I maybe just don't want to hear that thing this morning. I may feel differently if I hear it in a different environment.
And another thing I didn't like about this.
Yeah. And it's a lot of
I'm good.
Up and coming.
I'm such a huge Metro fan. Let me start with this.
Let's go.
There we go.
Metro went crazy last year. Those people. But I don't think I shitted on it. I ain't gonna let y'all just put words in my mouth neither.
I don't think we shitted on it.
Nobody shit on it.
That was every argument I had.
It could have been a rough listen if you was from Atlanta and you was into it. I get that. But y'all must have never heard me shit on something. Is all I say. Because I acknowledge I didn't hear the whole thing. Maybe we need to hear this I need to hear this at another time, in another place. And
it's for Atlanta.
And I'll have some hoes around
I think
when I do
that we're
it.
just regurgitating what we said. And
woo! All right, y'all. We are back with the files. So what happened to honest music reviews? What happened to calling a spade a spade? Right? Right? Because on the Joe Budden podcast, right, in these clips I just played, the cast, they wasn't giving any real feelings, right? What's going on? In one episode, they telling the truth. In the next episode, they dialing it all back, right? Right? They giving their real feelings until they didn't. Let's talk about it. Right? Joe Budden said it loud. He said, I woke up early, 6 a.m., listened to the Metro Boomin album. I gave it a chance. It's 6 a.m. and it wasn't it. I gave it a hard no. Right? When the cast, they was playing the music on the JBP, they wasn't nodding. They wasn't dancing. They wasn't vibing to it. They was skipping through the whole Metro Boomin album, track after track. Joe tried to give it a chance, right? But by track 4, the whole room was still sitting there waiting for something to click. Joe was like, I'm waiting for a vibe, dog. There was nothing going on. Then track 5 came in silence. Nobody spoke. Nobody at all. Nobody bobbed. Nobody moved. And that's when Joe made his final judgment. He was like, yo, I cut the album off and I'm not going back. But he did his old PR drums. Like, I'm not saying I'm not going back at all, but I cut it off and I wasn't going back. And Ice chimed in. He was like, yo, I did the same thing. But Ice, like, he got to track 6 and he tapped out too. Parks was like, it just wasn't for him as well. So all of them didn't like the Metro Boomin album. Right? Now, let me get to Ish. Right? Ish didn't say much at all. He didn't really need to because they did it. But instead of Joe standing firm on his opinion and it takes in that previous episode, he went and threw Ish under the bus and said Ish was the only one that had a negative take towards the Metro Boomin album, which was incorrect and a lie. Right? The only thing Ish said was that this wouldn't be good for his girl if he played this music, or any girl that he knew that they wouldn't like this Metro Boomin album.
What up, Ish?
I don't think nothing like that.
You don't think nothing like what?
That.
Oh, like you need girls around?
No, them songs.
What you mean?
What you say?
They're not gonna like them songs.
Oh,
Well, how old's the girl? And where's she from?
I guess.
Yeah.
Did you catch a plane to get
You're
here?
right. You're right.
Like
You're right.
we gotta ask
That's a good
questions.
point.
Okay? Joe went and turned that little thing that Ish said into a joke and asked, how old would the girl be? You know what I'm saying? And was like, yo, if it's a chicks that's flying out, like them club culture type chicks, then they may like this. Right? But he also was like, you know, if it's a chick that like Jodeci and all that, a chick that likes some soul, then she not gonna like the Metro Boomin album. It's not gonna be it for her. And in that previous episode, I totally agree with Joe. That's how I feel about the Metro Boomin album too. Right? It's not for me. It don't bump. It's not a New York joint. It don't got that swag to it. Like, I've been bumping Bass Swag's album. Bass Swag album is fire. He got people from Atlanta on the joint. It's fire. He got mad features on there. And it's a vibe. But I'm not jacking the Metro Boomin. They not even talking about the Bass Swag album up there. Okay? The energy shifted all in the Joe Budden podcast when they started playing this Metro Boomin joint. It was trash. Everybody's energy was off. But you know what I noticed? As soon as these ATL supporters online on Twitter and the Metro Boomin stands and the Future fans, they come out, they start applying pressure online. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big following. That's almost like a cult base. The JBP, they start moonwalking on all their opinions. They cleaned everything up, softened their language, and hit us with the "we didn't say it was trash on purpose" line. You didn't say it was trash on purpose? That's crazy. Red flag. They tried to pivot and start talking about placement. Like, where you play the album could change how it hits. Now, I get that, but Joe also said that he don't like that right now today in today's climate in the music industry, that's what they're doing. That you can't even say like, yo, this ain't it. You feel me? So we reviewing the setting now of where you play the music. We not reviewing the music. We reviewing the setting of where we play the music. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it, homie, at all. That's the problem with today's music industry. You can't give an honest critique without someone being butthurt, right? Like, even in the Tax Stone, Troy Ave stuff I was talking about in my stuff, right? Troy Ave, they was butthurt about Olive McConan and Drew Millett saying shit, and these dudes getting beat up and all that for music takes. You can't even give an honest critique because in the music industry, these dudes want to try to beat you up or something like that. That's corny, right? The moment you say, I didn't like this, you being painted as a hater, or worse, oh, you hurting their business or something like that the label's not making money and all that. That's crazy. So what? The music is trash. Don't invest in the trash. Right? Real ones remember. I said this on a space earlier. Real ones know about the song Doodoo Brown by Luke. Crazy title, Doodoo Brown. Right? It's wild. Mad curses in it, all of that. But it still made people dance, sing, and have a good time. You felt it in your chest. You could play Doodoo Brown at a bar mitzvah. And people are going to be looking around like, yo, what's this? But they're going to start dancing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get lit. That's how crazy, like, that track is. Like, you're going to feel it in your chest. Like, you do not feel it in your chest when you listening to the Metro Boomin joint. At all. At all. In this Metro Boomin album, not one song gave me that feeling. Not one. And here's the part that bothers me. When the JBP started walking back their take, it felt calculated. Like there was pressure behind the scenes. Like maybe a few calls was made. Maybe a few checks was dangled in somebody's faces, maybe, allegedly. Maybe some incentives changed hands, right? 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 Because why did Ice go out of his way to avoid calling the album trash? Even though he admitted and said that he didn't like a single track, or maybe it should be played in a different space. That's suspicious. That's like Ice is taking payola or something. That's not the Ice we know. He said he don't take payola. So why are you avoiding saying something is trash? It's a little weird to me. That's not the JBP I tune in for as a $50 subscriber and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the raw, unfiltered JBP. Right? Remember when New York critics used to set the tone for the culture? And now we got folks walking on eggshells to avoid offending Atlanta. Atlanta? For real? Like New York is in Atlanta. Why? What do you mean? That's why people online calling New York soft. Because instead of standing tall in your take, right, it's not nothing street, it's not nothing, you're just doing your job, you're giving a music review. Instead of standing tall in that, instead of standing, you folding. Every time somebody from another region gets in their feelings. Like, let's not rewrite history either. Southern fans always love New York music, from Biggie to Nas to Wu-Tang to Griselda. They show love. But we started overcorrecting. We started acting like our sound was holding people back. So we opened the doors, gave everyone a fair shot. Yeah, that was cool, but what's not cool is letting people dictate the culture through fake streams, bought sales, and algorithm tricks, right? You can't manufacture soul. You can't fake what's timeless. Right? And now the Joe Budden podcast is playing into the machine. Instead of being truth tellers, they becoming brand protectors. What happened to the honesty? What happened to the we don't care who gets mad attitude? What happened to calling trash music trash? And don't give me the we're not a music podcast excuse. That's a cop-out. The Joe Budden platform, they built it on music takes, right? The culture needs that unfiltered voice. Because here's the truth, right? If people come in with these TikTok algorithms or start playlisting, like these playlisting execs, like, and they start like dictating what's going on, what's hot in America, like, you letting our culture go away, right? We being programmed out of existence. So I say this directly to the JBP. Y'all can joke about, like, who's flying out and what chicks like, right? That's cool, right? Y'all can joke about that. Y'all can joke about who's flying out, you feel me? What's going on? But don't lose the core of what, made the platform. And that's authenticity, right? Don't let the industry pressure turn the podcast into PR mouthpieces, okay? Now I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the Joe Budden podcast is being paid to give these takes, okay? Should podcasters stick to their first opinion, or is it okay to fold under pressure for the bag? Or is New York really getting soft too? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with the culture, man? And let me know if you guys like the Metro Boomin album, because I ain't like it. I ain't like it like that. But I want you guys to let me know where should I play it? What setting should it be in? Yo, Dub, play it when you work out or something. But listen, I'm going to just keep it real. The days of raw, honest music talk are on life support. For real, right? And if even the JBP is playing it safe, who's left to keep it real? Who's left? I don't know. But I'm going to be here with the files. All right? And you can't dub me. I ain't going nowhere. We're going to be back. Holla.
My guy Dub, too. That's my man, though.
Gang, gang.
That's my man, Big Dub.